What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk Hockey here, back with another video, and today is going to be another rumor video. Of course, I told you guys I wanted to try to make these videos every single day, as well as NHL news videos. So this is the rumor mill from December 11th from Specters Hockey. Make sure to go and check out the link down below to see his article. Specters Hockey has been really nice to allow me to take their content that they get from the verified sources, and that's the thing. They take from people who actually have credibility here, and it's not always like an immediate rumor. It's like stuff that might be floating around. Don't take this like way too seriously. Some people get really offended in the comments. Guys, this is just a video to discuss rumors that are around the league, and it doesn't mean everything's gonna happen, but it's just fun to do it. So make sure to click the link down below, and we're just gonna discuss some rumors that are going around, hopefully daily on the channel, because I'd love to be able to do that. Anyways, so on this edition on December 11th, there is some stuff on offer sheets. I will be making a separate video on that, so be on the lookout for that. So I'm not going to discuss it in this one here, but the thing I do want to start off with is the Phil Kessel stuff that was going around. Now, if a lot of people have been paying attention to Twitter or, you know, TSN or Sportsnet or anywhere where you get your hockey news, there were some rumors that the Pittsburgh Penguins, even last season, might have been looking at tossing Phil Kessel's name out there to see if anybody would be interested in acquiring him. We do know the Pittsburgh Penguins right now are in a transition where they're making some smaller moves to see if this can help their team propel back into the bigger picture of being a, you know, lock as a playoff team, because they have been, you know, on the fence of struggling a little bit. But we do know the Pittsburgh Penguins have an insane amount of talent and will probably end up in the playoffs anyway. So their window is still open. They want to be able to win. You've got guys like Crosby and Malkin, Kessel, Letang. Of course, they've got guys that can fill the score sheet. So they're not looking to like rebuild or anything. That's not going to happen. So Bob McKenzie was basically asked about this on TSN 1200 in Ottawa. And he said that Jim Rutherford, the Pittsburgh Penguins GM, only really has two untouchables on the team. And of course, that's Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin, like you probably would guess. So he said he probably doesn't want to trade Phil Kessel, but that doesn't mean that his name can't be at least discussed if somebody asks about him. So Kessel has 3 years remaining on his contract and still has a modified no-trade clause. So clearly he has at least an opinion when it comes to where he would go. Again, this is just McKenzie saying he doesn't think that Kessel is an untouchable at this point, but that doesn't mean he's going to be traded. So he believes that some teams have also called about starting goaltender Matt Murray, but like Kessel, he doesn't think, you know, moving Murray or Kessel makes a lot of sense. Basically, this is what was said. I think in a perfect world, what the Pittsburgh Penguins would like is for Matt Murray to come back healthy from his injury and play at the top of his game and not have any issues in goal whatsoever. So again, that's them hoping that he's just healthy, because we do know Matt Murray can play a good game, and hopefully he can continue to do that for the Pittsburgh Penguins when he is 100% healthy. Nothing wrong there. They have DeSmith in the cage right now, making sure he can get some wins for the team. But you know, it would probably take a lot to pry Phil Kessel and Matt Murray away from the Pittsburgh Penguins. So on the Specters note here is kind of something I agree with. Could the Penguins trade Kessel or Murray? Yeah, probably. Will they? Probably not, because, you know, the window's open. That's basically what I said. It would obviously, like I also mentioned, take a huge offer to get rid of Phil Kessel, because they are in a win-now mode. And again, I completely agree with this. That's exactly what I was saying. So I wouldn't see too much into this unless like an offer would just blow them away. But Pittsburgh wants to win now, so it would have to be significant. I don't think it's going to happen. So the Boston Globe, again, don't take this too seriously, was basically tossing around, you know, a rumor that since the Edmonton Oilers have had some interest in Torrey Krug in the past, if they would consider making a deal, giving up Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Now, Matt Porter apparently said that he wonders if this makes any sense for them. The Bruins are looking for more forwards. They've had a lot of injury trouble, but I'd like to mention this because I said it, I think it was yesterday actually. The Bruins are still a very talented team with a lot of actually decent, you know, prospects, or at least younger pieces. Like DeBrusk looks really good. They mentioned in this that you would have to sweeten the pot with a guy like DeBrusk, or, you know, Forsbacka Karlsson. I can't see why the Bruins would want to do something like that, and I don't understand why this deal would make sense for the Oilers if, you know, they've been doing a little bit better under Hitchcock. So I don't think that really makes sense. Ken Hitchcock probably likes how his roster is right now because they are playing a little bit better. Although there is a point in here that kind of makes sense to me, that the Oilers might be looking at getting rid of Peter Chiarelli this year if they do not make the playoffs. And if a new GM comes in, I can see him literally trying to just destroy everything around McDavid and Draisaitl. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, it's time that you literally consider the fact that Connor McDavid is arguably the best player in the world, and you need to put more talent around him. And, you know, they tried the Ratty experiment, they've tried everything, and it doesn't seem like anything has really worked to like an excellent potential. I know they've tried Draisaitl again. The Oilers look better right now, but if they don't make the playoffs this year, it's not going to bode well for their team, for the city, for Chiarelli, anything. It's not going to look good. So a deal where Nugent Hopkins for Krug, to me, doesn't make any sense. I don't believe that Boston would want to do this either. I think that they value Krug as well on that blue line. He's got some experience. He's a good player. But again, I just don't understand how this works. I just wanted to talk about it because it was on here, and I think that it was, you know, a decent discussion to have. So here's the last thing I'll end on real quick. Apparently the Minnesota Wild are dangling Charlie Coyle in the trade market, and the Ottawa Senators, Montreal Canadiens, and Boston Bruins have shown some interest. Again, the Bruins probably don't want to give up too much, as they're still a pretty good team. Apparently the Senators are interested in Coyle due to their, injury trouble they've had with Duchesne. I don't know why the Senators and Canadiens would want to make a deal like this unless they really feel like they're, have a chance to really do something this year. I think that they should just stay put and maybe consider selling off some guys that they don't believe will be with this team in the future, because there's no guarantee that Duchesne and Stone are going to be on this team. And getting a guy like Coyle, or anybody, apparently Nito Niederreiter might be a guy, though he struggled, that could be dangled around too in the trade market. I don't see why Ottawa or Montreal, it would make more sense for Boston to do something like this, but I don't see why Ottawa or Montreal would want to give up assets to obtain another asset, especially if they don't believe that they're going to have the same team next year and it might have to be, a lot different. Because that's the thing. While they both have had their hot streaks and they both look like different teams this year, which is surprising, they both have had some pretty decent stretches. I don't see either of them making the playoffs, and a lot of people are going to hate me for that. Maybe Montreal, but I don't see it. So if I were them, I'd stay put and just see where they are with their upcoming free agents and hope that they can get something done. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I love doing these rumor videos. I think it's a lot of fun. I did a poll on my community tab. I'm thinking it's still there. I think there was close to like 200 votes on it. There might be more now, I'm not sure. But a lot of people voted for me to continue doing the rumor videos, and people wanted daily NHL news as well, which is something I'm working on to do every single day as well. So if you guys want to vote on that, or maybe I can make a fresh poll, the reason I'm doing these rumor videos is because it was rated the #1 thing that people want to see more of. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe. I'd love to have more hockey conversations with you. Join the squad. Let's get to 4,000 subscribers. I wanted to hit 5K by the end of the year. It's looking like that's going to be a little bit too much of a task, but hopefully we can get to 4K. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to click that notification bell. Click the Spectres Hockey link down below to read the article. And I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.